Okay, guys, let's continue our discussion. This time we'll proceed with basic programming structure. This will be the lessons under basic programming structures. We have identifier names, data types, declaration of variables, assignment statements, constant, and operators. Let's have them on the variables. These variables is a sort of basket, as I mentioned last time, basket that will carry some value or data. Of course, when we declare a variable, our computer memory is apportioning space where we will put some value in data thereon. And of course, variables need an identifier that distinguish it from other variables. We have to name our variables uniquely. How do we identify the name? When you want to name or identify your variable, it should be meaningful. If you want your variable to be the age of a person, why not use age as the identifier, not simply X? Because if you read your programs later on, you will notice that if X is your variable and you use that X for a very, very long codes of program, sometimes you will get to be confused. What is this X doing in your program? Might as well use some meaningful variables identifier like age. If you put here age, alam mo na age yan. No? Pwede rin age of students or age of student. No? It's up to you. So pag ginamit mo yung age of student sa lahat ng program mo, malalaman mo na age of student. Age of student. Pwede rin age of teacher. So pwedeng dalawang variable na age. Age of student, age of or teacher. So kailangan natin gawing mas meaningful naming ng ating identifier. And some things to consider, sequence of one or more letters. Small letter A to Z, pwede rin capital letter A to Z. And then digits 0 to 9 and underscores. Ito lang po yung pwede natin gamitin pag gagamit tayo ng name ng isang identifier or variable. So, small letter A to Z, capital letters 0 to 9 and underscores. Spaces, punctuations, special characters, and marked letters are not allowed. It should begin with letters or underscores, but not digits. Must not be a keyword of C++ language. And case sensitive siya. Meaning, if you declare age, this is a different identifier for age. Iba rin yung age, So, ibig sabihin, pag magkakaiba yung character or yung case ng letter na ginagamit natin, magkakaiba sila. Gusto mo may age 1, iba rin yan. So, age 1, age 1. Yan, magkakaiba tong tatlo na yan. Okay? Now, these are examples of valid identifiers. Okay? Letters, underscore, number, salary, hours, diba? Underscore num1, counter, A, data 100 underscore. So yun yung mga valid identifiers natin. Pwede magsimula sa underscore, pwedeng magtapos sa underscore, pwedeng may number. You notice walang nagsisimula sa number. Pero pwede siya sa dulo. Invalid, katulad nito, first number. Sisimula siya sa 1, wrong, invalid yan. Employee's name, hindi po pwede yan. X exclamation point, hindi rin pwede yan. Bakit? Exclamation point, special characters are not allowed. class, size, switch, int, these are C++ keywords. So, gumamit ka ng iba kasi marami tayong pwedeng gamitin variable identifier. Kung gusto mo talagang integer, pwedeng int underscore, di ba? Be creative. Kasi pag int, C++ keyword na yan, huwag mo nang gamitin. Okay, so next we proceed to data types. From the term itself, data types, these are the different data that we will use in our program. And there are different types of data. They can be character, okay, integer, floating points, boolean, okay. So these are the different data types. Double. Okay. Now, what are these data types? Character, if we want something like X, if you want to enter X, letter X or letter Y in a variable, so that will be a character type. For integer, you want to use 1, 2, 3. Use this integer data type. Now, if you want boolean, getting true, getting false, okay, and then float. These float are real numbers, meaning 1.1, 3.7, so okay ba yan sa integer? And double yun then for bigger size of real floating point. And we have this variable declaration. In variable declaration, we specify the data type and then a valid identifier name. So we need to declare, initially we discuss about the variable. What is a variable? And then we discuss about data type. This variable must have a type of data. So you have to declare what data will be accepted by that variable identifier. So here is the syntax, the type, and then the identifier. Let's have an example. So in a float number x, meaning this a variable will accept integer. It will accept integer data. So let's say for example, 1, 2, pwede siyang ilagay dito sa variable na to because that is an integer. Pwede pa tayong mag-store ng 3.5 dito sa ating integer. Wala namang magiging error doon, pero ang mariread niya lang na data ay yung integer part. Hindi niya mariread yung fraction part. Kung gusto mo, gamitin mo yung float data type kasi integer to eh. Now, if we store 3.5 in this variable using float as the type, pwede na natin yung matanggap. At pag display natin kung ano yung value ng number, i-display niya 3.5. Dito kasi sa integer, pag display natin yung 3.5, ang magpapakita lang is yung 3, the integer part. So this X variable identifier will receive a character. So we say X will have a value of Y. Okay, this is a character. Okay. Pwede namang exclamation point. Pwede namang 3. Basta characters lang. Iba kasi yung iba kasi ang character sa number. Yung character na 3, hindi mo siya pwedeng gamitin sa operation ng diretso. Okay? For example, character X is equal to 3 and integer A is equal to 3. Hindi natin pwedeng pag-addin yung integer at saka character. Okay? Kasi hindi siya number, isa siyang character lang. Anyway, that will be an additional information. So to declare a variable, several variables of the same type. Yan, pwede yan. Int A, B, C. Or you may do int A, B, C. Kung masipag-sipag ka. Pwede lang ito. Basta separated by comma. And terminated by a semicolon. Because this is a line of statement. This is another line, another line, another line. That's why they are terminated with a semicolon. But if they have the same type, pare-pareho integer yan, pwede rin ganito ang gawin natin. So that is variable declaration. To declare a variable that can hold a single character, yeah, we use this char, okay, or char. To declare a variable that can hold multiple characters, we use char and include a size bracket for the variable. This will be advanced topic. So this is now array, okay? And that will not be covered in this discussion. So meaning there will be 10 characters. So you may also, for example, character bar. Pag ganyan lang yung ating dineclare, isang letter lang ang pwede natin i-store dyan. Kapag ka ganito, we have 10 characters. Okay, now let's proceed to constants. Constants are values that do not change during the program execution. Fixed value, because they are constant, sometimes assigned as a value for a variable. They are also called literals. So, integer numerals, floating point numerals, characters, and strings. Sometimes they are being initialized as value of a certain variable. Okay? Let's have these integer numbers. Integer decimal numbers do not need quotes or any special characters. If you want octal number, proceed with 0. Hexadecimal, proceed with 0 and x. Example, 120. These are decimals. Okay. This is now octal. It starts with 0. And this is now hexadecimal because it starts with 0x. Floating point numbers. We also have numbers with decimal points or exponents. You can include point for decimal points and p for exponents. That is also applicable in our scientific calculators. Example, 3.14159 is the constant for pi. Yeah, this is 6.92 exponent 23. I don't know what's that constant. 1.4 e raised to 7. Okay, this is the meaning. Okay, so these are floating point numbers. Characters and strings. Non-numeral constant. Pwede rin kasi tayong different constant na characters and string. Okay, so please take note that this is single quotation. If we are storing a single character, that is a character that we use single quotation. If multiple characters or string of characters, we're using double quotation. Now, what is the difference of these three? What is the difference of 1, 2, and 3? I want you to write your answers on the comment section. Okay, now let's proceed to characters and strings, escape codes, or escape sequence. These are special characters that can't be expressed otherwise in the source code. So, for example, if you want, for example, to display on the screen double quotes, we're using this one because let's say, for example, see out, hello. Yeah. Ganito kasi ang, if you want to display the word hello on the screen, ganito yung kailangan natin isulat sa code natin. So, cout, double quotation, hello. Ngayon, pag nilagyan mo kasi ito ng isa pang double quote, kung halimbawa, so ang output niyan will be hello. Yan. Ang magiging output nito, hello. Ngayon, kung ang gusto mong output ay hello na may double quotation, kailangan mong gamitin itong double quotes. Kasi pag hindi mo ito ginamit, magkakaroon na ng error. So, ano ibig kong sabihin? Cout. So, kailangan mo nito para dyan. And then, hello. Hello. And then, isa pang, ito na, slash, then yung quote, and then, isa pang quote. Okay? Ulitin ko, yan, quote, isang backward slash quote para sa unang quote, then hello, then cursive, then isa pa, isang forward slash, and then quote, para dito, and then isa pang quote. So, ibig sabihin, ito na ang mag-display sa screen. Yung hello na mayroong double quotation. So, yan mismo ang magpapakita. Pag ganito lang, yung word lang na hello ang magpapakita, wala yung double quotation. Hindi kasi pwede yung, pwede ba natin pwedeng doblehin lang yung quotation dito? Hindi po pwede. Error yan. Kaya kailangan natin ito ng escape sequence. So, ganun din sa backslash. Kung gusto mong i-display ang isang backslash sa screen, kailangan mong gamitan ng ganito. So, kailangan mo ng ganyan. Cout, then nasa loob ng quotation. So, ang output nito ay isang forward slash. Okay, so, ganun din sa new line, tab, backspace, and so on. Okay, so we will proceed with the next lesson on the next video.